the sump is open, and that's not because anything is wrong, but that's actually because everything is right. And if you like aquarium content, go ahead and subscribe. For the first time in the 4-ish months that this tank has been running, the sump is actually at the correct level. Full right here, and right at the line on the skimmer air adjustment. If you've been following along at home, you'll know that in the last video or so, I pulled out the return pump because I was having an issue with flow and water level up here. But then it was occurring to me that maybe it wasn't the return pump, because the return pump was gunked up, but it wasn't that dirty. And like a few of you said down in the comments, you've gone for years without cleaning a return pump. So what did I do? Right back in here in this gap between this chamber and the pump chamber was this foam block. As you can see, it is no longer in the sump. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that this whole sump started functioning totally different once I took this out, it's actually mind-boggling. Even when this sponge was brand new, this was really cutting the flow into that pump chamber and making it just not work correctly and making getting this water level impossible, literally impossible. On my skimmer, the skimmate that's coming out there is super, super dark, like an awful chocolate. And even on my roller, it's a little bit lighter on camera, but this is also much darker than it's been in the past, which is exactly what we should be seeing. So basically what was happening is that in this back chamber, the water had to flow through this, down through this, and into the pump chamber, and this was just impeding the flow way too much. Red Sea put it in there. It was in the directions to leave it in there, so I did, but it only works if you take this out. So basically one of the things that I think was the last straw for this was a few weeks back. If you were following along at home, you'll know that down in my sump, I got a ton of this really nasty, thick gunk that started to build up. And it was actually the reason that I initially added this wave maker right here, was to get more surface agitation so that buildup would go away. But it just gunked up everything in here, and pretty much everything in here I've had to take out and clean. Even if I didn't do it on camera, I've taken out everything and cleaned it. But the sponge was the only thing that hadn't come out, and I took it out. And I don't think I'm gonna put it back. Let me know what you would do down in the comments. But yeah, I know I took out a lot of surface area for beneficial bacteria, so I'm gonna be dosing Seachem Stability for a few days to just make sure that we don't have any issues there. But yeah, sump is working now. How about that? Reckless reefing.